Om. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, want to seek the blessing of Radha Madhav, Brother Shyam Sundar, Krishna, Balaram, Bal Gopal, Nrsimhadev, Jagannath, Baladev, Subhanan, Gaunitai, Tulsi Mani, Haridas, Guru Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada, and assembled devotees, and Guru Maharaj, of course. So, chapter 29. Yesterday was one chapter only because it was such a long chapter in the sense that it had a lot of information. So, let's see what 29 gives us. Explanation of devotional service by Lord Kapil. So, this is going further than Astanga Yoga. So far, Kapil Dev has explained Sankhya Yoga, Astanga Yoga. Astanga Yoga is essentially the different yoga postures and the pranayams. And now he's going into Bhakti Yoga. Having heard about Sankhya and Yoga, Devahuti inquires about Bhakti. In reply, Kapil first describes the three types of devotional service in the three modes. Three modes: ignorance, intentions of envy, pride, anger, violence, devoid of compassion. Then there's mode of passion, desire for material enjoyment, fame, wealth, desire for objects, not the Lord. Then goodness, desire to become free from karma, desire for liberation. So these are the three modes essentially. But devotional service is beyond these three modes. Some of the qualities of a devotee are already mentioned in chapter 25. And they're mentioned here as well. Devotees practicing pure devotional service are transcendental to the modes. They're above these three modes. They're naturally attracted to hear about Krishna and disinterested in liberation. Even liberation doesn't mean anything for the devotee. They do not even accept spiritual benedictions. What to speak of material things? So, even if the Lord offers them, you can have a place in my abode. You can look like me. You can have the same similar powers as me. The devotee, no. We just want to serve you. That's all we want to do. We don't want any opulence whatsoever. Dutifully performing the activities of devotional service, they treat everyone respectfully and kindly. A devotee who constantly engages in devotional service can catch the Lord, just as fragrant air catches the sense of smell. This is a nice verse, sentence. Devotee who constantly engages in devotion can catch the Lord. Hard to catch the Lord, right? But the Lord becomes subservient to his devotee. One should worship the Lord's deity until one realizes his presence in one's own heart and that of others. So this is important to understand, that with us there is Paramatma, and that Paramatma is with every single living entity in this material world. Deity worship performed by those who disrespect or hate other living entities, not seeing the Lord in their hearts, is not pleasing to the Lord. So, equally respectful to all, to please the Lord in everyone's heart, one should properly behave properly, and respect all living entities as equal. In the form of death, the Lord gives fear to those who sees differences between themselves and other living beings. Proper behavior can be achieved by charity, respect, friendly behavior, and equal vision. This is quite hard. But having equal vision does not mean that a devotee loses discrimination based on gradations in the jivas. So it's not that you treat the dog, the human, the devotee, the plant, the grass equally. You see them equally because there's a soul and a super soul within each living entity. But how you deal with them depends on their different gradations, what body they have. One should understand the various grades of bodies from basic organisms to through the animals up to human beings. Amongst the many grades of humans, the Lord's pure devotee is the best. Maitreya Rishi, because this is Kapil, okay, explains the characteristics of time to Vidur in chapter 10 of this canto, and Kapil Dev, so Kapil Dev is talking to his mother, further expands this while replying to devotees' questions in text 4 about the nature of time. What does time do? It causes transformation from boyhood, or from birth to boyhood, to youth, to mature man, old man. It's another feature of the Lord. It's the feature of time. I am the finisher of everything, the end of everything. With time, Lord finishes everything. Those who don't know are afraid. They enters everyone's heart, shelter of everyone, master of all masters, causes everyone to die, holds no one dear. It's neutral. Whether you're young or old, if your time has come, it's come. Inspires those who haven't forgotten time. Inspires those who haven't forgotten time. We should always be very wary of wasting time. This is important. Destroys who have forgotten time, enjoying and not caring if we're wasting time. Demigods are scared of time because they're enjoying. They're enjoying, but they know their time is limited, even though it may be millions of years. Trees produce fruit in the proper season. Yeah, rivers and oceans do not overflow. Sky provides space for all planets. Time's unchanging, without beginning but causes birth. Without end but causes everybody's death. Dissolves the universe. It even is Yamraj's death. So time is very powerful. Chapter 30. Description by Lord Kapil of adverse fruitive activities. So far, Kapil Dev has explained bhakti mixed with the modes, pure bhakti, Gyan, Astanga Yoga. Now he answers devotees' questions about the movements of the jiva. Anxious, attached householders thinking themselves happy support their families at any cost, not knowing that everything will inevitably be destroyed by time. Thinking themselves happy, they remain in family life. They enjoy only a fraction of their earnings, illegally earned, which inevitably purchases them a ticket to hell. So this is describing our lives. Finally unable to support the family, the attached householder becomes diseased and invalid. Kept like a pet dog, he is disrespected, but still he does not become averse to family life. You know, if you're useless, then people abuse you. Even your own family. They'll be just thinking. I remember one lecture by Guru Maharaj, we often share it. When is this old man gonna die? When is he gonna stop giving us so much grief? It's true. That is unfortunately the way of the world. Finally, he dies in grief and in great pain, seeing his relatives crying. Terrified, he is arrested by the servants of death. Due to the living entity's sins, he is bitten by dogs, dragged along a long road under a scorching sun, walking on hot sand with fires on both sides, afflicted by hunger and thirst. He is whipped and punished in various ways by the Yamadutas. After leaving hell and passing through the lowest form of animal bodies, he is again born as a human being on this earth. Chapter 31. So this was movement of the living entity. Wow. Heavy stuff. Oh, another one. Kapil's instructions on the movements of the living entity. Under the Lord's supervision, according to his karma, the jiva is made to enter into a woman's womb through the semen. The development of the uh, embryo is described by Kapil Dev. Aha. So, this is the development from day 1 to 6 months within the womb. First night, the sperm and ovum mix. Then the 5th night, the mixture ferments into a bubble. 10th night develops into a form like a plum. Then as a lump of flesh or an egg. The first month, head is developed. Second month, hands, feet, other limbs develop. Third month, nails, fingers, toes, body hairs, bones, skin, other apertures, namely the eyes, nostril, ears, mouth, and anus develop. Fourth month, the 7 dhatus develop. Chyle, blood, flesh, fat, bone, marrow, semen. 5th month, hunger and thirst develop. 6th month. So this goes up to 7 months. Okay. Enclosed by the amnion, a thin membrane, the male child moves on the right side of the abdomen. 7th month, development of consciousness. So it's feeling the pain. Feeling the pain. 7 months. Still got 2 months left. Trapped in his mother's womb, the living entity suffers terribly. He's bitten by worms and burned by the mother's secretions, especially if the mother is eating hot food, chilies. His body is bent like a bow. From the 7th month, the child attains consciousness and frightened, he prays to the Lord, appealing for relief from his condition. So this is a real wake-up condition for us. Wake-up call. These prayers are from a devotee, not a non-devotee. Fallen into the pool of stool, urine, and blood scorched by the mother's gastric fire, the soul prays anxiously for his release. However, understanding that the world outside the womb is controlled by Maya Devi, the devotee jiva resolves to remain in that uncomfortable situation. Unfortunately, the air causing childbirth pushes him out of the womb. Losing his memory because of agony of birth, he is cared for by his relatives who are unable to understand what he wants. Unable to move or defend himself, the baby is repeatedly bitten by insects and cries bitterly. In childhood, he suffers frustration. So this is up to the point of coming out. Now he comes out. In childhood, he suffers frustration because he desires things which he cannot achieve. By bad association and the influence of lust, the living entity, after growing up, again becomes bewildered by accepting the impermanent to be permanent and only thinking of terms of I and mine, and angry against similarly lusty people. By identifying with the body and performing sinful activities, he returns to hell as before. A man, even great devotees and gyanis, should avoid women and those attached to women. Infatuation to any other object is not as complete as it is that results from attachment to women. This is for men, of course. By simply moving their eyebrows, women can control even powerful men. Amongst those who do not worship Narayan, no one is spared by Maya. Similarly, for a woman, the so-called protection of her husband and family are arrangements for her death. The living entity takes birth in various species on various planets and dies when his karma in that body comes to an end. The fear of death is conquered when one sees one's true spiritual nature and engages in devotional service. Understanding one's real nature, one can, even in this world, be free from attachment. As a living entity is eternal, the body simply a temporary covering. There is no real birth or death for the soul, and thus one should not be horrified, miserable, or eager to enjoy in this world. So I'm going to try to finish, I think, Canto 3 today. Entanglement in fruitive activities is the title of chapter 32. Sakama karma, performing religious rituals to demigods and forefathers for sense gratification, artha and kama. The attached worker may achieve elevation to the moon, which is a heavenly planet, and drink soma juice. But after the prize credits are used, these persons return back to earth. Nishkam karma yoga. Conversely, those unattached workers who perform dutiful and unmotivated swadharma with detachment, they do their duty without motivation, devotional service to the Lord, are peaceful, pure, without a sense of proprietorship, can easily enter his kingdom by the path of illumination. Next, Kapildev discusses the destination of various worshippers. Hiranyagarbha, Vishwarup worshippers go to Satyalok. This is the universal form, one who worships the universal form, the Vishwarup. They go to Lord Brahma's planet, and eventually they'll go to the Lord with Lord Brahma at the end of his life. Detached yogis also reach Brahma's planet and get liberated with Brahma. These yogis only get liberated if they have Vishnu Bhakti. If they are worshippers of Brahma, then they will merge into the body of Mahavishnu at the end of creation and will re-enter the material world when the next creation begins. So Vishnu or Krishna Bhakti is essential. Even great sages like the four Kumaras and demigods like Brahma will come back to the material world if there is an absence of Bhakti. You can see the power of Bhakti. Those persons busily performing their prescribed duties, being attached to the fruits, are always anxious and after sense gratification. They worship the forefathers but are uninterested in the Supreme Lord. They go to Prithvilok. But after their pious credits are exhausted, they fall back to earth. Kapil Dev advises Devahuti to continue in her devotional service. Krishna consciousness brings knowledge, detachment, self-realization, transcendence. The results of bhakti includes jnana and yoga, because the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan alone, is complete. Although according to different processes of understanding, he appears differently, either as impersonal Brahman or Paramatma. So Bhakti Yoga is like the 50-pound note, which includes the 20-pound and the 10-pound and the 5-pound and the 1-pound. So Bhakti Yoga, performing Bhakti Yoga, gives us everything we want. There's nothing lacking. Oh yeah, this is just an idea. The three aspects of God: Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. And Bhagavan is the highest form. Within Bhagavan is included Paramatma and Brahman as well. Brahman is the formless aspect of God. Paramatma is the localized aspect. And Bhagavan is the complete feature. Just like we have the sunshine, we have the sun's surface, and we have the sun God. The sun God is the complete aspect of the sun. Okay. Full knowledge of material world and self-realization are only gained by one engaged in devotional service with faith, steadiness, and detachment. This knowledge is not for the envious, the dirty, hypocritical, proud, and attached non-devotees. It is for the faithful devotees who respect the spiritual master, are not envious, they are friendly, they're detached, and who serve the Supreme Lord and meditate on Him and with affection. Such people go back to Godhead. It's the last chapter in this canto. Activities of Kapil. So, Kapil Dev gave a lot of knowledge. Devahuti describes her realization of Kapil Dev as an incarnation of the Supreme Lord, expressing amazement how, although his body is the source of unlimited universes, still he puts his body within the abdomen of an ordinary person like herself. This is the beauty of the Lord, so kind. Came as the child of Devahuti. The Lord incarnates to give the living entities transcendental direction. Of those who worship the Lord, the best are those who chant his names. And it's so appropriate. Today we chanted the Namastakam. They are worshipable even if low-born, since they must have performed austerities, gyans, yagyas, bathed in holy rivers, studied the Vedas, achieved good manners of the Aryans in previous lives. Satisfied with Devahuti's prayers, Kapil encourages her to follow the simple path of self-realization he described. By doing so, she will attain self-realization and reach him. Those who do not follow this path simply achieve repeated birth and death. After getting her permission, Kapil left. The heavenly ashram of Kardam contained every material comfort and was envied even by demigods. There, Devahuti performed bhakti yoga with great austerity, bathing 3 times daily. Her hair turned grey, her body became thin. She wore old garments. Sorry at being separated from her great husband and divine son, she meditated with full absorption on Kapil. Her meditation in devotional service was very serious, and she accepted only the basic bodily necessities. She became self-realized, free from illusion, fear, and material designations. Devhuti was liberated and meditated with full absorption on Kapil and went to join Kapil Dev in the spiritual world. Because she fixed her mind on the full swarup of the knowledge of the Lord, knowledge of the Lord, knowledge of the impersonal Brahman and Paramatma are automatically realized. Meanwhile, Kapil Dev traveled northeast and was worshipped by celestial denizens, munis and demigoddesses. He now resides at a place still known as Ganga Sagar. So when we go to Ganga Sagar, there is the wonderful temple of Kapil Dev, where he's still there. He's actually in also the lower regions there, where the Ganga meets the sea. There he stays for the deliverance of all conditioned souls. The description of the dealings of Kapil Dev and his mother is very confidential. Anyone who hears or reads this narration becomes a devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is carried by Garud, and he thereafter enters into the abode of the Supreme Lord to engage in transcendental loving service of the Lord. So that's the end of Canto number 3. Took us 9 sessions because it's very detailed and complex as well. Any questions? Any comments?
Bhuti,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
The Namastakam is wonderful that we sang today. And the second thing, most thing that I liked most was the description of the time. It's amazing.
Yes,
What
yes,
time
right.
was. Yeah,
It is amazing.
amazing. I've never seen that before. And
Yeah,
Namastakam, never knew that that Krishna's name has its own Astakam. I never knew that.
yeah. Namastakam, yeah. And it's really very nice. Every verse describes a different aspect of the Lord's holy name. So it's very good news. Very good news.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you,
Thank
Karuna
you.
Mataji.
Yes, especially thank you to Karuna. Amazing. So, any other questions, comments? Otherwise, we can start. Okay. Thank you, everybody.
Hello, Prabhuji.
yes.
Hare
Yes.
Krishna.
Oh,
Sorry,
no problem.
I'm difficult to unmute myself.
Oh, okay. Okay. No problem.
It's okay now. So
Yes.
I hear you. Today's chapter was very nice. Very, very good.
Yes.
Learn a lot.
Yes.
Even about the birth, and you said about the we have to respect everyone.
Yes.
And chanting God's name will help to take away our sins.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. And the last paragraph, just you are finishing now. Excuse me. How can I explain you this? Like this was to do with Kapil Deva and his mother.
Yes.
You know that in the end, because Kapil Deva told her mother all about the bhakti, so she could do the bhakti. Went to the river and she done it.
Yeah.
Which was very good. But I don't think we can do that.
No. She didn't actually leave her home. She stayed where she was.
Yeah.
Just became.
And did she live near the Ganga then?
No.
Ganga River?
Not necessarily. It doesn't say that. No, it doesn't say that. So it doesn't mean you have to leave home in order to do bhakti. You can do bhakti at home. Just we have to become a little serious. When we meditate, when we chanting, we focus on the chanting of the holy names,
Holy names, yeah.
So it's very possible, even for us. Very possible. There's nothing to stop us from becoming a little serious. Every day, a little bit more serious, little bit more serious. Step by step by step by step. Not suddenly. Suddenly, nothing is possible.
Nothing is possible.
But little bit every day, we just increase little bit, as much as we can, and slowly, we'll get there.
We get it, yeah. Anyway, Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your
Thank you.
feedback.
It's good. It's very good.
Prabhu,
Thank you, Karuna Mataji and
Special.
Syam Mataji, Syam Malini. Ben.
thank you.
I can't. Can you unmute, please? Because I can't do it.
I will mute you. Yeah.
Please.
Yes. Shyam Malini.
Yeah, Prabhu, the Swarup form. That's the form of the Lord, yeah? The
Yes.
Swarup.
Swarup form. Yes.
And the impersonal Brahman, because it mentioned a lot here. That's
Formless.
just formless.
Yes.
Yeah.
No form. It's like the effulgence of the Lord, the sunshine.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. And even like we were reading in that Namas Astakam, the sunshine of the Lord, even if one is worshipping the impersonal form of the Lord, you won't get rid of your karma. The sins, get rid of the sins. So,
yeah, thank you.
thank you so much, Yamalini. Okay. Shrimad Bhagavad Purana ki jai, Shri Krishna Chandra Bhagavan ki jai.